Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Spirit of Life Alchemy. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of November 2022. We're in our Between the Worlds week, between the popular 31st of October date to celebrate Samhain and the 7th of November, which is when the sun is actually at 15 degrees of Scorpio, which astrologically is when Samhain is. So we're having a week of endings and new beginnings, pauses and portals. So spending a week sort of clearing out the old year and endings, reflecting, reviewing our victories, our areas for development, etc. as we let go of the old year, communing with the ancestors, and pondering and dreaming about sort of what it is that we need to set as intentions for the new solar year. Okay, so we have some astrology. This is your morning message tarot reading for that, by the way. But we have we have some astrology for today. So this is all GMT UK time. Amend for your own time zones. So the moon starts the day off in Aquarius. It's going to form a trine to Mars, which is now retrograding in Gemini, before entering Pisces. So the moon is going to reactivate, well, it's still activated, isn't it? It's going to activate the Mars retrograde energies. So, continuing to review and reflect on how we take action, our drive, our determination, our will, how we gather information and communicate, and focus, and how we're motivated. So, yeah, just working and seeing what comes up for you today around all of that. Let's do some cards and see what the cards have to say for today. So we've got Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'm going to use the Crow deck. So what do we need to know? Excuse me, I've just had my lunch. I finished off with a couple of figs and some pecans and cashews. Nearly choked me. Let's start again. What do we need to know for today, Wednesday, the 2nd of November 2022? Endings and new beginnings, portals, pauses and portals. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Where are we? Okay, so chop wood. Serendipity. And orphaned. Okay, so chop wood is really about sort of just getting on with mundane, everyday chores of life, running the home, doing the kids, school pickups and things like that, after school clubs. Your work routine is really the daily mundane day-to-day stuff, but do it for a place in serendipity. Okay, so ancient Chinese proverbs are something about sort of, what's it, 1,000 ways to sort of meditate, or I can't remember, but I know it's about being in the right frame of mind of doing the task. So when you're washing up, instead of going, oh, bloody hate washing up, see it as a meditative task. So yeah, just come in from all these daily tasks and things from a place of serendipity. And then we have orphaned. So this really, for me, is tied in with this in-between time, this alone time. Just look at the greyness of the card and everything, and the solitude. This week may be bringing up sort of negative emotions for you, which could be about being on your own and things like that. When it comes down to it, we're all on our own. And we connect into ourselves, we connect into God and Gaia, divine feminine, divine masculine, spirit, you know, and connecting to those. But yeah, because we're in the middle of Scorpio season as well, you know, we just had the waxing half moon yesterday. Things could be coming up to the surface for us to shine a light on. But again, maintaining that serendipity and just let the waves come up and release. Let's do some cards and see what the cards have to add to that. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? Wednesday the 2nd of November 2022. In the middle of the week of endings and new beginnings, pausing and portaling. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, support, advice and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? Feels like it's coming over a bit dark. It's been like this all day. So, I've had Zoom meetings today, and it's like sort of go from being in bright light to being in shadow, to bright light to being in shadow. It looks like it's coming over dark again. I did contemplate putting the light ring on before I started. It's like, oh no, it'll be fine, it's okay. But here we are. I can see myself going into shadow again. So what do we need to know for today? I think we'll be okay for this reading though. Okay, so Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, ooh, a bit fired up, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, the Magician, High Priestess, King of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. And then at the bottom of the Page of Swords and the Eight of Discs. Oh, and the World. And we have the Nine of Cups. And let's have the Queen of Wands. Oh my God, here we go. And Strength. And the Hierophant. Okay, a bit of a story going on underneath. Let's just pull the cards round so we can have a good look at them. Okay, so where we find ourselves, Wanda energy. So the first thing I'm noticing is in all these three wands cards is the Sun at the top, and also in the Queen of Wands here underneath, and in the Nine of Cups. Okay, so I'm picking up the energy of the Sun. Okay, being in your element, of shining your light. Okay, so the Knight of Wands in the middle, Air of Fire. That's, and if anyone did the health and safety, they know what the three things to cause fire: fuel and heat and oxygen. Air of Fire, the Knight of Wands, intensity, passion, desire. Gets an idea into his head and is straight off, rashly. Doesn't think things through, just goes, oh my God, I've got to do that now, and races out. So we might be feeling a bit hasty, a bit sort of, oh my God, let's do things now, racing out, wanting to do it all, fired up. Yeah. And that's built from the Page of Wands. So message of inspiration coming in, and it's fired us up. This could be, you know, what this, if you're doing this week of pausing and portaling, endings and beginnings, then maybe, you know, something's come through yesterday or overnight or whenever, and it's that little message of inspiration has fired you up. Ground yourself. The Page of Pentacles here. This is all young energy. The pages are very young. They're new, very childlike, inexperienced. Okay, their messages are small messages that just spark things. So the Page of Pentacles is that, you know, this little spark of inspiration, getting us fired up, because it could be a new opportunity coming in, an opening for a new opportunity. Okay, so yeah, hold back and just sort of explore things. We're not going to race off yet, because we've got the Nine of Wands up here. So the Nine of Wands is about, it can be about vulnerability, it can be about feeling exposed, and the need to defend yourself, or it can be about sort of balancing inner strength with outer strength, especially with this Knight of Wands here. We're wanting to race out of the door of the gates. Yeah, I've had this inspiration. I know a possibility of a new thing coming. Let's race out and do it. I've said before with the Nine of Wands, it's about balancing the inner and outer energy. So if we're feeling weak and the external energies are feeling strong, we can be overwhelmed and we retreat into ourselves because the outside world is too much. If we're being a bit too much Knight of Wands, bull in a china shop and racing out, then we're going to be like a bull in a china shop. Okay, so the message is to balance and be in harmony with our environment. So our inner strength and the strength of the world around us is balanced and harmonious. And when we're in harmony with we're inner and external harmony, which has been a theme for the past few days, from what I can remember. I do these readings and then sort of I literally just forget about them. That's my brain. Sometimes, you know, if there's themes coming out numerous days, like, did I do that reading yesterday? Was that yesterday's reading? Oh, maybe. So I have a sense that we had the Gaia deck yesterday and it was all about Zen gardens and yin and yang. Okay. So when we've got that balance between the inner and outer strength, then we can do magic. The magician, number one. Okay, we can channel the energy down from the 5D, from spirit, and we can manifest it down in the 3D on planet Earth. Okay, if we're not in balance, we're either to do too much or not enough. Okay, so the key is to listen to your high priestess, your higher self, your God self. Be still and let the messages come through. Looking for signs and symbols and things, and just, yeah, holding your horses and just seeing what comes through. And from those messages, to come into balance emotionally, the King of Cups, cardinal water, fire of water. So, you know, could be passionate emotions with what comes through and everything. But we're not racing out of the gate. We're sitting in those emotions. We use them actively. it might, you know, that when you come across something that you want to do in life and you fall in love with your work or something like that, that sort of passion we're looking at there. Okay, fire of water, in love with sort of what you're going out to do. And it brings clarity, the Ace of Swords. Okay, clarity. We like a bit of clarity. Okay, get rid of all that confusion and like, okay, I see the pathway ahead. And then we have another page. There's 3 pages we've had in this reading. The Page of Swords, a little message comes in that shows us the work that needs to be done, the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so we can start putting plans in place. We can start sort of looking at sort of what work is involved in bringing this magic through. And it's about completing a cycle. Okay, I'm noticing the figures in the corners of the world sign. They've just, you know, different readings, different things jump out at you. And today it's the 4 animals, which are the beasts of the 4 fixed signs: Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. And it's just made me think that sort of we're in this. We have the new moon in Scorpio, we've got the waxing half moon in Aquarius, we've got the full moon that's going to happen next week in Taurus, and then the waning half moon will be in Leo. So this lunar cycle, and because it's eclipse season, we're bringing something to a close. We're diving deep into the emotional depths, the emotional quagmire, revealing secrets and things like that. And by the end of the month, we're going to rise like I was going to say rise like the scorpion, rise like the phoenix at the new moon in Sagittarius. So I think this journey is unfolding for the rest of this month, which is another reason why you don't want to be racing out the gate now, where you've got half a story. Okay, so but the completion brings us happiness. A 9 of Cups, the emotional wish card. So by the time we come to the Sagittarius new moon, which is on, I think, the 23rd of November, we're ready to set our intentions. We've dealt with sort of the emotional sewer, the quagmire, and we're emerging with a Phoenix rising, the Knight of Wands, a new sense of what it is we want to manifest. Okay, 9 of Cups. And we're in our power. The Queen of Cups. And this is water. No, sorry, the Queen of Wands. Water of fire. So we've got fire of water with the King up here. And we've got water of fire with the Queen of Wands here. So, and the Queen of Wands for me is the Leo card, the fixed. It's about sitting back in your power, being centre stage, being adored, being creative, but the world comes to you rather than you going out. What's the other? I was going to say something else and it's just gone out of my mind. When the rain started, yay! Creating something that new, that from something that already exists as well. So we're in our power, our inner strength, the Leo card. So the Queen of Wands I see as a Leo card with the strength, which is the Leo card, and that strength, that inner core, taming the wild beasts, our animalistic side, and rather than being reactive, being able to respond instead of flying out the gate like the Knight of Wands. We're able to have control and power over the fire, inspiration and energy, and we're able to respond rather than react. Okay, so we're still taking this out, but not in such a wild, crazy way. We need the rest of the month, I think, to actually work with the energy and get to that point. Okay. And then we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant for me is 1 foot in the 3D, 1 foot in the 5D, being a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, and having the keys to the mysteries, to the answers, that knowing. Where the High Priestess is spiritual and silent, she receives messages. The Hierophant is the spoken word. So another layer of this I'm getting is that at the moment we're in the High Priestess. We're bringing down this knowledge because we're in the in-between times. But by the time we get to the end of the month and the new moon in Sagittarius, then we'll be able to speak our truth. That's the images that I'm getting through. So yeah, no rushing out now. Okay, we're going to work with this energy and we're going to mature it, and we're going to grow and mature, and then by the next lunar cycle we'll be able to make our plans for the new year from a higher and more evolved place. So that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell for notifications when I'm releasing readings. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then please email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching.